Alrighty, I think you got to know is after all these series of videos I'm doing, the next day around 1 p.m. I'm sending out all of the notes that are relevant to what I just spoke about. You need to get your email into www.winterlawncare.com, all lowercase, and register your email. You will get a winter newsletter with lots of information which is relevant and really good, and you should already be reading that sort of stuff. However, that's where you're going to register your email if you haven't already done so, to get these renovation notes that I'm just about to talk about. Super important. You want the notes? Go put your email in. Don't email me on Instagram with your email address. Don't message me with your email address. Register it. All right, let's get into it. Renovation notes. So we only renovate our lawns once it starts actively growing again. This happens, I'm on the Central Coast and now north of Sydney, for our sort of zone around the 1st of October, and has done for about 100 years. I don't want you throwing out any granular fertiliser to the 1st of October. For people north of the border and in Queensland, the soil temperatures reach above 15 degrees for you guys, generally around the second midweek of September. Guys, hold off on fertiliser till the middle of September until you know and can guarantee that your soil temperatures have reached above 15 degrees. People in Melbourne, you guys are going to have to wait till the second week of October. Once again, if you know that your soil temperatures are above 15 degrees, you can go and throw that fertiliser. The best fertiliser to use is obviously the fertiliser that I sell, and if you can find a better fertiliser out there on the market, I will throw my shit out and I will actually sell that stuff. But it doesn't exist. ICL is an absolute powerhouse full of technology and experts who have made the best fertilizer. It's commercial grade, used at all the top golf courses, sports fields, racetracks, etc. around the world, not just in our local area. If you tell people you use an ICL who are professional, they'll give you a big smile and know you're onto a good thing. So that's what ProTurf is all about. It ignites growth like you wouldn't believe. It's got a quick response rate and gives you a great color straight away. You need to throw that out, however, after those soil temperatures get out. The first prill that peels off there and gets sucked up into nutrients is 40% of that overall investment of the fertilizer. So if you do it while the soil temperatures are out there and the grass isn't actively growing, you lose half of your fertilizer like that. Wait till the soil temperatures gets up, guys. You go straight past that neighbour across the road who thinks you're an idiot for holding off on the fertiliser when he went in September. I always say hold. Put up a photo of William Wallace last year saying hold. That's what I want you to do. Hold out. The fun then starts 2 weeks after. So the reason for renovating and rejuvenating people's lawns is obviously to grow healthy grass and to fill in all of winter's damage, right? This COVID bullshit that we're going through at the moment has stopped us from seeing our friends and family and having barbecues, which we love. However, it has also brought us to our attention that if we're going to be locked down in our house, it's going to be important to have a nice yard for us to either work in, play with the kids in, or just somewhere to come out and relax in. It's not relaxing to sit inside. You do need some fresh air every once in a while. Wouldn't it be awesome? Because I know it's awesome, because everyone who's got a good lawn and already follows me have been sending me messages, and I thank you for that, guys, because that's given me the fuel to make these videos. I know it's making you guys happy. I want all of this to make you guys happy. That's why I'm doing it, alright? So when the soil temperatures reach up, it's time to get into rejuvenating our lawn and repairing winter's damage. If you've got a buffalo lawn, generally speaking, these get super thatchy, and they get really spongy. This is the time where you're going to scalp that buffalo lawn down, and this is the same with couch. It gets very fluffy, especially those new varieties like Tiftuff and that sort of stuff, and even Kikuyu. We lower all our heights down 2 weeks after we've done that fertilizer. So get the grass growing, get it healthy, and then we're going to start our renovation. First thing to do in your renovation, shave it down, notch by notch by notch. I want you to go down to where you're happy with the grass height, and then go down one more. Go down one more, you're going to get heaps of grass off, fill up your green bin, and make your council rates worthwhile. So fill it up, know you're going to get heaps of grass off. In the next month or so, you can put some new blades on your mower, which will help for this process. However, let's get back to renovation. I want you to scalp it down, notch by notch by notch, go down one past your desired height, then come back up. That will then allow a little room for the grass tips to start to grow up and to start to fill in. On the same day you're going to do that, notch by notch by notch, mowing down same day. I want you to also order some soil for that day, because you're going to give it a top dress to have your grass run into, which will also help with dethatching that sponginess out of the buffalo. It's also going to help with like drainage and that sort of stuff. And it's also going to give your soil some nice new air pockets to grow healthy roots in. That'll just filter its way down through the mat thatch and create sort of a new sort of drainage layer and home for the roots. So super important. The rate for top dressing is 1.5 tonne per 100 square meters. If you're on a thick, spongy buffalo lawn, your lawn will eat up 2 tonne per 100 square meters. I'm going to link you to my highlight profile on my Instagram, so on my main page up across the top. I've got an unreal video on top dressing there that I want you guys to check out, and you're going to follow that process. It's simply spreading out soil across your lawn so that there's no window, so there's no like little gaps or that sort of stuff. You let it dry. It does look pretty thick when you throw it out at that rate that I just told you, 1.5 tonne per 100 square meters. Let it dry, and then you're going to bust it in with a level lawn. A level lawn is like that rake with 3 or 4 rails on it, and you're just going to work backwards and forwards until that dry soil drops into those areas on your lawn. As you watch the video, you'll also see that it's super important not to cake areas and suffocate the grass underneath. You do want little blades of grass just poking through the top. Then that soil for that time of year is going to draw in lots of heat, and you're going to try and keep it wet. You're going to water it in the morning, and you're going to water it just after lunch or in the afternoon again, 5 to 10 minutes every day for the next 10 days. And then you can drop it back to every second day. But 2 times a day just to keep it wet so that soil doesn't burn the grass underneath. Because you put that fertilizer out 2 weeks prior, you're going to get a huge quick recovery, and everything should start filling in. Now, 2 weeks after, like I said, after 10 days, I want you to grab a handful of ProTurf that you've still got laying around, and I want you to go out on your weak areas, and I want you to throw it over any of your weak areas. They may start out like this big, or they may come in like this big. You throw a handful of fert, and where you want to throw it is around the outside of the bare patch, which will promote that grass to be healthy and aggressive and start to run itself in. Grass is like trees, right? It goes to, just like weeds as well, it goes to the area of most light and least resistance. A grass won't run back in on itself because there's no room, but it will certainly run into those areas if you've got some nice soil from your top dressing to go and create its new home. So that's what you're going to do for lawn renovation. And then it's super important that when you make your first mow, that you don't scalp it, and then you've got to hold it there for the remaining of the year. Everything will fill in under there. Just got to keep up with your mowing requirements. When the lawn does start thumping and we get into the end of November and the barbecues kick off and we're back to normal life, we're going to switch over to some foliar fertilizer, which I'll talk about as another video later on. So they're the renovation notes. Get ready for a huge spring reno. We know spring starts in September. You're not going to go till October. You're going to wait for those soil temperatures to get up, and we're going to grow some good grass this year. I'd like you to share this. I'd like you to start sharing my pages. It's none of this is done through advertisement. It's all done through organic reach outs. So keep sharing. Let's keep educating people. Let's get people on the right program. Let's give them the right products. Let's keep teaching them how to use it, and let's all win together. Stay safe, everyone. Be happy, and touch base tomorrow.